coming up and down, small bubbles or waves. We have nothing at all to do. We should simply go up, come down, go up, come down. That's all. That's our business. You imagine out of free will that you are going up and coming down. You can live with that illusion if you want. That will certainly produce suffering. Please move on.
Thank you, Sri Bhagwan. Next question, Bhagwan. Father Pranams, dear Sri Bhagwan. How does choice differ from free will? You say we do not have free will. We are programmed robots and free will is an illusion. And we make choices. For example, we can choose to forgive rather than to hate. Or we can choose to discipline a child verbally rather than physically. We can also choose to stand up against social injustice or choose to remain silent and passive. Thank you, Sri Bhagwan.
You could do all that, but that is not free will. You imagine that to be free will, but it isn't free will. It appears to you as free will, which again is Maya. For example, now, I am talking to you. So let me decide I shall raise my right hand. I take a decision, I raise my right hand. I raise it. And now you would say, you decided, used your free will, and raised your right hand. But actually, it's already decided by the brain to raise the right hand. But it looks as though I decided and therefore told the body, come on, raise, and then it all is an appearance. But in reality, it's already decided. And this is not from any philosophy or from any psychology or spirituality, nothing like that. It is pakka science, pure science it is. Modern Western science. As we talk about science, there's Hindu science, Egyptian science, there's varieties are there also. I'm just talking about modern Western science. There's enough evidence, enough experiments have been done to show the decision was done before itself. We'll not go into that. So, but for you, it looks as though I decided, raised my hand, therefore raised my hand. No. That's a great illusion, free will illusion. It's a great, grand illusion. If you want to know more about all these things, in terms of science, you should talk to some great brain scientist. They would be able to explain to you. Move on, please.
Thank you, Sri Bhagwan. Next question, Sri Bhagwan. Father Pranams, dear Sri Bhagwan. Since we are all pre-designed bio-robots with flaws, does that mean that each robo's enlightenment is also predetermined? And it is just a matter of different timing, but ultimately, everyone will receive enlightenment. Thank you, Sri Bhagwan.
Well, it will also be determined by all that is that you will never become enlightened. That also is possible. If it is decided that you will be enlightened, you will become enlightened. If it decides this way you will become enlightened, let us say it decides that you go on eating chilies and become enlightened, you will be eating chilies and become enlightened. There's a person called Chilli Baba going on eating chilies. He's supposed to be enlightened, but the only food that is morning, afternoon, evening, only chilies, red chilies. He was eating. That was his way to enlightenment. And there's one gentleman in Chennai who, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, he gets tube lights, powders them, and eats tube lights. In great state. That was his way. So all that is decided by the universe. All that is. And some could be, no, he will not become enlightened. He will not become enlightened. You have no role to play. The actor must go according to the director, that's all. Otherwise, he'll be sacked. Same thing here. Either you play according to the will of the all that is, or you be destroyed. You could be completely annihilated, all the components removed. What you must know is there's no free will. Ramana Maharshi would always say, what will happen. What would not happen. You ask Lord Tzu, same thing. You ask Buddha, the same thing. That we should do this, that, it's okay. That's how it will appear to us. But in fact, everything is being made to happen. Enlightened people can see that very clearly. Unenlightened, very difficult for them to see.
Thank you, Sri Bhagwan. Next question, Bhagwan. Pada Pranams, dear Sri Bhagwan. Could you please explain more about the meaning of you are not there? Thank you, Sri Bhagwan.
See, just like free will, you think there's a free will, but there's no free will. You imagine that you are there, but you are not there at all. What's happening is, let's say a movie screen is there, and then you are projecting movies on the screen. You go on seeing those movies. The screen has no big role in that, except that it shows the pictures. Similarly, if you go deep inside, you're more like that screen. On the screen, there are a lot of projections. That is all. But the screen is just a screen. Whatever movie you show, it will show. But without the screen, you cannot see. You are the screen. And what are you? Consciousness again. Consciousness is the movie. Consciousness is the projector. Consciousness is also the screen. So you're so deep. You go deep, you're only the screen. The screen, what big role does it play? It does play a role. Because it's silent. You get into it, there's nothing but silence. So you're not there at all. As we work on you deeper and deeper, already some people are there who can clearly see that they are not there. Many devotees are there, many. Who can clearly see they are not there. There are no problems. Then joy, their bliss, all that is there. So, but for some people, it's a bit frightening. But once you're actually there, it's not there.
Thank you, Sri Bhagwan. Next question, Sri Bhagwan. Pada Pranams, dearest Sri Bhagwan. What are the special benefits we receive from this year's Sahasranama Homa? Thank you, Sri Bhagwan.
Every Homa, we do something special. That's the way we make you grow. So this time, the focus would be on your experiencing the presence. Once you start experiencing the presence, we could move faster. So we will take you deeper into the presence. Being in the present is one thing. Being in the presence is something else. You would like to get there, where you feel that presence. The essence of the universe is that presence. We want you to feel that and go deeper into it.
Thank you, Sri Bhagwan. Next question, Bhagwan. Pada Pranams, dear Sri Bhagwan. We are blessed to receive Sri Anma's Janmadina Diksha Darshan. How it affects us and how should we come for this darshan, Bhagwan? Thank you, Sri Bhagwan.
You are to just look at Amma, just another human being, then nothing much will happen. What you must know is, Amma represents all the Ashtalakshmis. She represents that. And then if you want, you must know that. And depending on what you want, you would get that. Thing is, if you understand that Amma is representing the Ashtalakshmis, and you want that very much, and you ask for that, and Amma gives the blessing, you're most likely to have it. It will be mostly Iham. Amma is more iham based. Amma's energy is iham based. That's why you'll find Amma wearing all the jewelry, all those things, so that can inspire you, motivate you, push you. A lot of people say, Amma, we want to wear all those jewels which you're wearing. Those jewels are given by people only, and which you are wearing. Of course, they had given a lot of jewels. Most of it has been taken away by the IT department. So some are there which Amma uses. And then basically to push people into a different kind of you should also wear like this. Many people, women have asked me also in my darshans that we want to wear the jewels which Amma is wearing. That's the reason why, because she's representing Ashtalakshmi, all this jewelry is being worn. And otherwise, Amma is a very, very simple person. She cooks her own food, takes nobody's help. But she represents these people, and those who know that, they have received enormous benefits. And in Param, she'll be basically handling mostly Iham, but two things in Param she'll be handling. That is, not getting hurt, not through any teaching or anything like that. Simply, you won't get hurt. Similarly, you will stop judging people. That all. It will happen automatically. Some changes would happen in you, whereby you won't judge people. So this is what you would get in Amma's darshan. Move on.
Thank you, Shri Bhagwan. Father Pranams, dear Shri Bhagwan, will staying with the waters work for creating a bond with Shri Amma Bhagwan, or praying or chanting Shri Paramjyoti Moola Mantra, which will work very effectively, Bhagwan? Please guide us, Bhagwan. Thank you, Shri Amma Bhagwan.
These things would work differently for different people. You must find out what really works for you.
Thank you, Shri Bhagwan. Father Pranams, dear Shri Bhagwan. All my prayers related to others' well-beings are answered. But why aren't my prayers for myself left unanswered, Bhagwan? Thank you, Shri Bhagwan.
That is simple. Their karma is different, so it's being answered. Your karma is different, therefore it is not being answered.
Thank you, Shri Bhagwan. Father Pranams, dear Shri Bhagwan. What is the difference between Bhakti and Mukti? Thank you, Shri Bhagwan.
Mukti is simply you not getting hurt at its basic level, or the inner dialogue stopping. That is Mukti. Now, Bhakti is some kind of a personal bond with the Lord. For that, the best thing would be to go through the poems of the Alvars. How they say, Mukti Venda in Tamil. No? You don't want. So the question is, whether you want to follow Adi Shankara or whether you want to follow Ramanuja. Now, there was a debate between an Adi Shankara follower and Ramanuja those days. So this Adi Shankara follower came with the bullock carts, lots of books stored, and they had a debate. The debate, Ramanuja lost. Adi Shankara's follower won. Always the Advaitan will win the argument. So he won. Ramanuja was defeated. Ramanuja stands for Bhakti and he for Mukti. And then finally, that Advaitan who won, he came and fell at Ramanuja's feet. He said, never mind, I have won and you're lost. Please give me what you have got. Please give me what you have got. And he became a follower of Ramanuja. There's a question of what is nice, either to be in a state of mukti or to be in a state of bond with the Lord. That again depends on you. Christ, for example, he was well aware of Buddhist teachings. There are certain teachings of Christ, which if you see, you will find he's well aware of Buddhism. But then what was he about? It's all about bhakti. So it depends on people. The same thing like you have with Namdev and Jnandev, no? Bhakti, Mukti. So whether you want to be a Bhakta, it's okay. Whether you want to be a Mukta, you only want that, that's fine. It depends on you. So Krishna, whether you want to be a Buddhist or a Christian, or follow Ramanuja or Adi Shankara, it is found everywhere in the world. These things, many more things are there. A lot of choice. It depends on you.
Thank you.